there's things you want to tackle that I've written about in the book. It's 21 chapters, and I've been, like I said, very authentic, very
open,
transparent, very open, while trying to keep privacy of others. Yeah.
We all have a certain time limit as far as that goes. You've lived an exciting life in many ways. A lot of people, would like to have been Sidney Smith, like you are being Sidney. So I guess the question I have is there any one regret you have of something you wanted to do that you didn't get to do and you don't think you'll be able to do now that you had hoped to do, whether it was going to London to go visit, some spot for the Beatles, or to go somewhere in Asia, or maybe just to do something here in the United States, to go see something like the Great Canyon?
I wish I'd never lost my McCartney film.
Yeah.
That could have, if I hadn't lost that film, who knows? I could have been Paul McCartney's photographer for life.
And you don't know. Somebody may come up with that film, 10 years down the road.
Over 50 years.
Yeah, I know.
That film's not coming out anywhere. I mean, my belief is that whoever stole my film and equipment that day back in 1975 threw the film away, pawned off the equipment to get money, and that was it. And you just never know when you're safe. I mean, if I had...
But again, to get back, is there something that you would love to have done that you don't think you're going to be able to do, that you regrets or...
Not really, no. Yeah. Honestly, no.
No close calls with women that you thought maybe...
No. I mean, I honestly have lived a life that has been admired by some, criticized by others, but at the end of the day, I have very few regrets. Mm-hmm. Very few regrets. I mean, I've done things my way. I've done things the way it's a shame, it's a cliche, but it's a shame that we get old too soon and wise too late. Mm. Because I would, like, for instance, in today's life, I am totally transparent. You ask me anything and you'll get the truth, the real answer. I'm not covering for anybody, myself. I mean, I'm not covering to make myself look better or worse. I just feel that honesty is the best policy. In hindsight, I was probably never meant to be married, never meant to be monogamous. I don't know that any of us really are as human beings, but that's my opinion. I will share a very comical little quick tale with you, because in meeting Rabbi Gerber, I like him a lot. And on my second meeting, I brought 3 of my friends on my committee, who are kind of handling the arrangements for my celebration of life. And I wanted the rabbi to meet them, and they wanted to tell the rabbi things about me that they felt he should know, where at the same time, I want the rabbi to know me for me and not talk about me based on info he gets from somebody else.
Right.
So I have tried to establish a close friendship with the rabbi. But on that meeting where I brought my 3 friends, one of them, I guess in an attempt to be humorous, says to the rabbi, "Now, Rabbi, I understand that the Jewish people are still waiting for their Messiah. And I'm just saying, Sidney is such a great guy, and he's done so much for so many people that I just think maybe he could be your Messiah that you've been waiting on." And I'm thinking to myself, you didn't just say that. Please tell me you did not just say that.
Well, I'm sure the rabbi had a good answer for him, regardless.
There was some laughter.
Yeah. A little levity.
Yeah.
But, the fact of the matter is that you've been a, integral part not only of the community that you created with your businesses, and you've been also on the scene active. We all know, of course, you have had your little political skirmishes. Jackie Clarkson of blessed memory, and you tussled. I mean, you had
I
a
wasn't
whole.
afraid to take on the
Right.
city, and
You took on the taxi cabs, right? With the enforcement for the tour guides.
I'm not afraid to take on a problem if I believe that there's a solution to it, or that it's some BS has gone down that is unfair or corrupt or anything else.
Did you ever see their arguments that ever? I mean, that they claimed that you had too many. Not you
well,
necessarily.
that's Jackie Clarkson.
Yeah.
She couldn't handle real crime,
Yeah.
so she had to go after tour guides
Uh-huh.
or tap dancing kids or magicians or the size of the benches on Jackson Square. Or, it's. So she, when she went after tour guides, it was just a ruse to try to create a problem that didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You have some. Now at Haunted History Tours, I've always tried to be extremely respectful for the French Quarter quality of life issues that residents deal with. So, speaking for my company, Haunted History Tours, we try to keep people close in so people had room to walk. We tried to keep the groups. Basically, we tried to be very respectful. And sometimes, you're dealing with certain French Quarter residents who were sold on the idea, I guess, that they were moving into a nice, quiet, and gated community called the French Quarter, when in reality, if you don't like tourism, don't move to the French Quarter. If you don't like noise, don't move next to an airport. If you don't like Mickey Mouse, don't move to Disney World. And if you don't like tourism, don't move to the French Quarter.
Right.
So I've had to deal with some very ugly French Quarter residents. Others, on the other hand, are very respectful to us. They appreciate the fact we're out there. They even look at Haunted History Tours and similar companies as a walking, moving neighborhood watch at night. For service industry workers going back home, whatever. All the tour guides carry cell phones. They report, suspicious activity if something's going on. So
you help with like a neighborhood watch, even.
That's what I just got finished saying.
Yeah.
So I think we do. Now, tomorrow, I'm supposed to meet with a Times-Picayune photographer who is doing a photo shoot on me. I have no idea.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I kind of do now. It was set up by Keith Spera, who is the entertainment or the music writer for the Picayune, and has his show Let's Talk with Keith Spera. But I didn't know if the photographer was coming to work with me about Justin or my rock and roll photos or what, and I'm told that it's all about my contribution to tourism in New Orleans. So there's a whole other aspect.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the fact is that you've done quite a number of things in all your different iterations. You've been successful in everything you've done. And I don't think anybody
not
can
everything
take.
I've done, but
for the most part, there may be a few things here and there that everybody else has to have their failures from time to time, or else you don't learn. You don't learn from the failures. You can't succeed later on down the road.
That's
correct?
Right. Well, that's absolutely correct. I mean, it's an old saying: if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're doomed to repeat them.
And was it J.C. Penney? J.C. Penney. Failed at least 2 times prior to him becoming a big magnet. But the thing is, he had to fail twice before.
Yeah.
The third time he managed to make the money. So so you make and you lose your profit, but hopefully